What up, you guys? Kevin Moore here, back with another little video. Let me throw on some light in this joint real quick. Hopefully, you guys can see me a little bit better. If not, then hey, fuck it, right? But I wanted to make a video in regards to where I feel like I've been going, how I feel like I've been growing, how I feel like I have been personally evolving, and I wanted to talk about the title of this video for a quick second. As you can see, it says, "Why is Africa important?" And I feel like Africa is extremely important to me. It should be to you. Africa is important to the entire world, right? We as African Americans here in America, we the diaspora, we not the continental African, but we here in America, where we know our history in a sense where we know that we've been taken away from West Africa, mostly, and we've been scattered around the entire globe, whether it be the Caribbean. I've mentioned several times in some of my videos prior that even though I was born here in America, in the Bronx, in Jacoby Hospital, shout out to the BX, Fordham Road, Gun Hill Road, I seen the White Plains Road. Yo, I love the Bronx, right? And I love my heritage. I love my culture. I love my nationality, which I personally identify as Guyanese American. Even though I'm first generation born here in America, culturally I grew up a Caribbean young man in a Caribbean household. Hence the fucking flag. Hence the Rastafari flag. Hence the red, green, and gold. You feel me? Anywhere I go, man, I love to tell people I'm Guyanese American. I love Jack and Guyana. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And anybody who's close to me and in my circle, they know that how I portray myself on camera and what I live my day to day life, it may be a little bit different. You feel me? But it don't really matter. But Africa is important because that is where a lot of resources are, a lot of wealth is, a lot of development that is going on right now in several countries, whether it be Nigeria, whether it be Ghana, whether it be Kenya, whether it be Benin, Togo, Lord have mercy, Senegal, Sierra Leone, the Congo, Uganda, Ethiopia. The list goes on, man. The list goes on. But Africa is super important, man. Super, super, super duper important. So the direction that I want to take my channel, regardless of where I started, because if you've been following me up until this point, you know that I started in truck driving, and even when I was in truck driving, I would say that I feel like I'm not going to be solely a trucker. And because I was putting that energy out into the universe or the universe, or no matter what you want to call it, and I said I was going to get into real estate and where a lot of the things will really start to take off. You feel me? I'm actually living that right now in this very moment. All 620 of my subscribers, um, what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought for a second. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I feel like I'm living that right now in this moment. So the channel that I'm going to create or that I've already created, the direction is going to focus on America and Africa. You feel me? I'm going to focus on traveling. I'm going to focus on real estate, obviously, being a salesperson, and I want to sell you guys Africa. I want to sell you guys the idea that Africa is not a shithole country. I want to sell you guys the idea that Africa is a place of beauty. Africa, like anywhere else in the world has its problems, but it also has a side that isn't shown on television. It isn't shown to us in the classrooms. We aren't really educated on our history, on our proper history. Like we didn't fucking descend from monkeys with tails, and we caught AIDS in the jungle, or from AIDS from a monkey or some shit like that. You feel me? Like Africa, everything that I feel like I've been learning from Africans and by talking to them has been fulfilling and has been super rich and has been just, it makes me even more inquisitive. You feel me? And I feel like I need to sell Africa. I feel like I need to show you guys Africa. I feel like I need to travel over there once I close a deal and all this shit. But I need to like focus on purchasing land in Africa. I need to focus on making a ton of African connections. I need to focus on just goals and just building my name and building a brand, man, and just standing for something and just trying to connect the African American here in the diaspora to the African on the continent. Because a lot of times when I talk to African Americans here, and I'm one of them, or I used to think like this, we tend to think that we don't come from Africa, or like we're not African, like we don't have African descent. And a lot of some of my friends and some of my peers and some family members, some of my family members have told me that, okay, that it's all, we know that we're African, but at the same time you can never forget that we created our own culture here in America, which is, I agree 100%. But I also know that if we weren't here in America, we would probably be speaking Tree. We would probably be speaking Amharic, Igbo, Yoruba. We would probably be speaking Ewe, Fulani. I don't even know if Fulani is a language. Closer, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I definitely want to give some direction as to where this channel is going. It's gonna be real estate. It's gonna be personal growth. It's gonna be, just traveling. But I'm definitely want to show how Africa and how we as Black people, no matter where we are around the world, we need to look towards Africa, because Africa in itself is not a shithole country. Everything that I'm learning is like, it's kind of the opposite. Everything that we were taught in school or by people about Africa, depending on the person, a lot of the times was probably false. Like, we used to make fun of Africans back in the day and call them African booty scratchers. I've never seen an African scratch their butt. And that's real shit, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? We used to like make fun of their names and how it has like 10 and 12 fucking letters. You know what I mean? Abu Bakar, I mean? But now it's like, nah, like I see like Africa is also becoming a trend. And it's like, I'm not trying to jump on a bandwagon when it comes to Africa, because I don't think Africa in in itself is a trend, but I see that you have some people out there who are embracing their African roots, who are trying to find out, whether it be through DNA or talking to the eldest person in their family in their family tree or whatever. But I definitely see that Africa is like the go-to, should be the go-to, and I believe that we as African Americans here in the diaspora, we need to focus heavily on repatriation. So stay tuned, guys. The professional camera is finally on the way. Oh my goodness, I'm fucking happy as shit. I'm happy as hell. I got an old camera, but I don't really give a fuck because it's mine. I'm saying it should be here sometime next week. I'm happy, but I'm more focused right now. I'm more focused in terms of where this channel is going. I'm more focused on what I want my brand to be. And stay tuned, because I have a surprise, I believe, this coming Friday with some pretty cool things. So don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts about Africa. Let's have a discussion in the comments below about Africa. Like, I would love to do that shit. I would respond to each and every one of you guys' comments about Africa. What do you know about Africa? What do you think about Africa? What were you taught about Africa? Is it positive? Is it negative? Why were you taught certain things? Why do you think we were taught certain things? Why do you think we were not taught certain things as well? But let's just talk about Africa. And don't forget to follow me on IG, Akin4More. This flag right here, this red, green, and gold around my wrist, man. Africa's the go-to, man. Africa's the goal. Africa's the goal. And one day, I'm going to make a video in regards to this video and say, I came a long fucking way and I actually purchased the land in Africa, whether it be in Gambia, whether it be in Nigeria, whether it be in Ghana, Sierra Leone, Senegal, whether it be in Togo, Benin, whether it be in Ethiopia, Uganda, Kenya, so many places, man. But Africa, man, Africa is the go-to, should always be the go-to, and we need to look towards Africa. You know what I'm saying? So I give thanks and praise, man. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I'm out. Bless up. Africa. Make Africa great again. Shout out to the homie Jadenna. Bless.